What's going on, tots? Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to me in 2025. Entirely different than 2024. Blue's getting that first sub off.
Out there.
Hi. Thank you so much. Oh my god.
35 love, Lemony 35 love, Lemony 35 love.
Woohoo! I'm sorry I'm
First,
wearing a jacket.
this
I know I
brief
look like I'm about to leave, but it's just
Lemony
really
35
cold.
Moon.
Wait, who is a tier 3?
Lemony
Swill!
35 dance.
Woo! Let's go! Do 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 do. Hang on. Let me turn the funk up a little. Actually, how does it sound to you guys? Can you hear it at all? Little background funk. Jetstorm, Blues, Dean, Swill, and who was it who kicked it off? Oh, it was Blues who kicked it off. I just read it in the wrong order. Thank you so much for the resubs. It's really cold. And like before you're like, turn your heating on, I do have it on, but it's still cold. Scotty! It's been threatening to snow all day. It's hitting me with what I would describe, it's describing itself as mixed something, winter mixed or something. I think that means sleet in English. -6 up north. It's like, I don't know what it is exactly right now. It's 1, I believe. It's hitting me with a frosty 1. It keeps saying it's snowing, but it's never snowing. Yeah, rain and snow. Well, it keeps saying it's gonna snow. I keep getting snow warning on my phone. It's so cold. Okay. Is it as cold as it is in other places? No. Okay. But I am living here alone. I haven't cooked anything today, so that's not put out any heat. And I've just been sitting at my desk, like working, and I've been wearing like thick tracksuit bottoms and a jumper. But you know when just like, you just start to like, your extremities are getting cold when you're typing and stuff like that. That's where I've been at. So yeah, snowed here over the weekend, and they're saying all week it's gonna snow, but it doesn't. Literally, my phone is just permanently like, hello, it's alert time, I'm going to freeze over, ice, snow, death, and it never happens. -10 here. I found a room in my house that stays very warm without turning on the heat, so that's a win. Yeah, I actually think this is the coldest room, which is part of the issue, is the living room gets a little cold because some of you guys have seen pictures of my flat. The living room wall, where it goes out to the balcony, like the external wall is all window. So if you sit like right up against that, it gets a little bit chilly, but it's not too bad. I feel like my camera's weird. I don't know. I just haven't used this camera in a bit. And my bedroom has a big window, but the problem is the windows in here don't fit properly. So they just give you like a little breeze, and it's fucked. I got thick socks on. I'm wrapped up, but I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do this without either a big jumper or this new jacket that I got 40% off in the January sales. Huzzah! Streaming the heated blanket. I should have plugged it in and put it over my legs. I've actually got a little blanket behind me. This jacket is doing a great job, so I'm good. I've also got a nice warm cup of tea. But yeah, I also need to prepare myself psychologically because I am going away for 2 nights this weekend. We vlogged it back in the day, but some of my friends do this thing, or have done this thing for years, called Winter Weekend, where we rent out like a youth hostel for like 20, 30 people, however many are coming, I don't know. And then everyone goes and like plays board games and drinks and just shenanigans. The thing is, the reason that we can afford to do it, and it's really cheap, is that we rent these places out in January. So it is always absolutely fucking Baltic. So I am literally stressed about the density of the jumpers I currently own. I think I want to go out and see if I can find like a half-priced extra gigantic jumper. Like, I don't care what it says on it, but like, I'm walking around the flat in a jumper and tracksuit bottoms and thick socks, and I'm turning on the heating a bit, and I'm still cold. You know? So yeah. Anyway, coldness aside, that's why I'm wearing a jacket. Other than that, we're all good. But yeah, I don't know if it's snowing. I don't think it's snowing. If it is, it's like the smallest possible flakes, you know? But chat, my beloveds, it is so nice to see you all. I've missed you a ton. I want to start, I think, with an announcement, just so that You guys don't feel like it's like hanging over your heads or anything? Is that what I want to do? Yes, let's start with an announcement. So, announcement. Well, firstly, where was I? What was I doing? Honestly, I was just avoiding the season. It's nothing, I just want to like give, then we can get into like good fun stuff. Thank you all for the resubs. I really, really, really appreciate it. No, I'm not announcing an announcement or anything like that. That's not what we're doing. No, I just wanted to say, like, basically, where the hell have I been? Which is a good question, because usually I stream a lot. Well, I will say that I knew Christmas was going to be really difficult. Because obviously I don't have any contact with my family, and obviously Fred and I broke up. So I knew it was going to be really hard, and it was really hard. So, that's why I went on holiday. Getting a tan. So that's why I went on holiday. So I went on holiday and I flew back Christmas Eve really late at night. Fantastic, right? The vlog. Relo, thank you so much. Woohoo! Mwah. So here's the thing. I went on holiday. I vlogged it. The vlog is going live tomorrow. Yay! So if you want to see the Egypt vlog, make sure that you are subscribed to the Lemony Bello YouTube channel, because there will be a vlog and it is me and Sophie just doing shenanigans in Egypt, and it's great times. I had a 10 out of 10 blast. But yeah, if you want to see us snorkeling and rampaging around on the beach and just doing whatever we did, that's all there. Now the thing is, I flew back and I knew, for me, I was completely ignoring Christmas this year. I didn't decorate. I wasn't like being the Grinch. I just wasn't engaging with it. You know what I mean? Because I do really love Christmas, but it just wasn't the year for it. And you know, I've done 34 consecutive Christmases. You can take a break. Or 33. I don't know. Whatever. The point being, I've done a lot of Christmas. So, I flew back from Egypt, and you know, I was really, really happy I didn't get any plagues from my travel. I was really concerned about it, and I was masked up while I was flying and all that kind of stuff, and because there was a buffet that you could eat from, and I was hand sanitizing my tits off at that buffet. But you know, when you travel, you're worried you're gonna get ill. I did not get ill. However, one of my dear friends did get ill. Not from the holiday, just from a coincidental health concern, which was actually, I'm not going to go into any details. She's fine now. It's none of anyone, like, it's not my story to share. But one of my really good friends ended up hospitalized over all of Christmas. And she got out literally the day of New Year, right? She was in a really bad way. She was in, like, risk of, like, bad infection stuff, and she's actually getting a scan today, so I need to check in with her. So it was not a good time. So I landed, we literally get a message from our friend being like, oh, such and such is in hospital. So the next day, that was Christmas Day, Sophie and I were like, right, fuck whatever we were gonna do, we're gonna go and spend time with her in hospital. Shiznit, thank you so much for the Prime. You're a legend. So we spent a few days visiting her like every day in hospital because she was in a really bad way. And obviously lots of people have like Christmas plans with their families they can't cancel. So it was the nice thing for me and Sophie was we were like, we'll just be there. Don't worry. And like, you know, her people are all like cycling in and out. So we're just like tagging in, you know? So that took up a few days, but like she's doing great now. She's fine. I saw her yesterday. We watched Nosferatu. It was great. But yeah, so that was a bit of a distraction. And then in the gooch, the between Christmas and New Year time, I was sort of dreading New Year because, you know, it's quite like a romantic one. It's all like kissing people at the stroke of midnight and stuff like that. And then we also had our like Friendsmas gathering, which this music is so upbeat for what I'm talking about. Which I will admit, I did cry out and leave. Cringe. I cried in the Italian restaurant. I paid for my meal, don't you worry. But it was, so it's been an emotional time. Do you know what I mean? It's been the Twixmas liminal space. Yeah, we've always called it the gooch, but I do think the Twixmas is much nicer. But yeah, and so I kind of decided that when I was like going through it a bit, I'm like, I'm very proud of myself. I did well. You know, I wasn't a state or anything, but when I was going through it a bit, I was like, let's take it easy. Let's just slow it down a little bit. Let's take a breath. And so that's what I've been doing. Since the start of the new year, I've been getting on with a lot of work stuff. I can actually pre-announce an announcement. Sophie and I will be announcing an announcement. I bet you can guess what it is. But it's happening. That's happening. If you know what I'm talking about, it's happening. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine, because there will be an announcement and it's good news. It's fun. It's good. It's fine. Oh, tea, coffee, everything. I jiggled my desk. Oh, don't toy with me, Emily. Look, what have Sophie and I been saying we're going to do for 100 years? Is it the... Yeah, so it's the thing that Sophie and I have been saying we're going to do for 100 years. It's happening. We've got Takeshi's Castle. Yes. So that's going to be announced. So just don't pretend like I didn't say anything about that. But it's happening. It's taking place. A name has been decided. Movements are moving in the right direction. Anyway, that aside, the announcement I actually wanted to make today was to give you guys an update of what was going on with streams from here on forward. Because I don't think anyone has been mad at me for taking a little bit of Christmas and New Year's time off to get my head straight and work on some stuff. All good, right? That's fine. I've not been, a couple of people have been like, where you at? But nothing crazy. We're perfectly happy with that. However, we do need to have a plan going forward. We can't just show up whenever and just do whatever. So currently my plan for streams going forward is I am going to stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Will there be extra streams in and around that when I fancy it? Absolutely. Do I know exactly the time I'm going to be starting right now? Not really. I'm probably going to aim for 5. But the thing is, I'm getting a schedule because it makes sense. Obviously, there will probably be days where I can't, where something will happen, right? Or I'll say, I'm moving Friday stream to Saturday for some reason. But the aim is going to be consistently afternoon to evening, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I will, as I said, if I find something like a reason I want to be live the next day or I've got nothing else to do, yeah. But sometimes I find with streaming, when I don't have a set schedule, it's really easy to pressure myself into streaming way too much and then getting behind on everything else, then feeling guilty and behind on everything else. So then I go, right, I can't stream for a while. I have to get everything else in order. And it just creates a stupid cycle. It also means that Fred knows when I'm going to be streaming because, as we have discussed in the past, Fred and I are trying not to stream on top of each other because that just makes life more difficult. So that doesn't mean that maybe some Mondays I'll do an early stream and Fred will do a late stream or vice versa, depending on the vibe, But yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense as well because Fred has therapy on Mondays and I have therapy on Thursdays. So it's giving us both like carte blanche to take the day off after therapy. So there is a schedule. It is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Probably extras here and there. But that is the set. Those are the times I'm going to be live. So I'm really looking forward to that. And obviously that gives me a little bit of time to prep some fun games. It's not the concept of a schedule. It's a schedule. Okay? The schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll say starting at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's it. That's the schedule. 5 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Schedule. Achieved. Not a concept, a real one. The only thing I will say about it is that, yeah, maybe there'll be some extras, when I feel like seeing you all a bit more. But, yeah, there's a lot. There's always a lot of moving parts with these things. And I'm currently, in resus. Hey, Bathroom Sink, how you doing? I'm currently in resus process of, 9 different platforms. Do you know what I mean? So I'm live YouTube, live TikTok, live Instagram, Oh, I forgot that's Lurch. Hi, Lurch. Yeah, so I prefer the concept of the schedule than an actual schedule that I have to follow. Yeah, but everyone bullies me because I don't follow schedules. So this time, it's reasonable, it's realistic, it's good. But yeah, so that's where we are going with that, which is delightful. And good and vibes. And I hope everyone has had a good Christmas and start to the new year. Don't know if anyone's got anything they desperately want to share. They need me to know. If so, now is the moment to give me all your details. aggressive encouragement. I see what you're saying. Yeah, but basically, I don't like to say. I think having a set time that I need to be live is good for me. I think it's good for you guys. I'll obviously like post it and stuff on socials. I'm fighting for my life with Twitter right now because why am I fighting for my life with Twitter? Because I had to change my password and now everything's fucked. So, you know, it's the worst platform ever anyway. I'm so out. Like, and for that reason, I'm out. I will be blue skying. That's another one. I need to create Blue Sky. I've not posted on Threads. So, you know, we've got to do all of that. But yeah, there's the Haggadah vlog is up tomorrow. It is edited. It is uploaded. I have made a thumbnail. It's all going. I worked all over Christmas and New Year. Got very ill. Been put on statins so you don't die. We love that though. Look at that. The powers of modern medicine, not dying. I will say thus far I have not been ill and I could not be happier. I have flown twice this year. I mean, obviously there and back. So 4 times technically. And I've been masked up. I'm also vaccinated. Every time I have even an opportunity, like the whisper of a vaccine, I'm taking it. Because I don't like being ill. It pisses me off. So I will say, shout out to this year's flu and COVID vaccines. Thus far, we're doing well. But also, yeah, I was masked up on the plane. It was just me, but it was like me and 100 old people, and they're all coughing anyway. You know how old people like wheeze and cough? They were all just wheezing at me. Yeah. So medical update is I'm waiting on a surgery day. I had my pre-op. It's still 0 idea of when actual surgery is. That's always the way though, right? They're like, 3 days time. You're like, what? Yeah, no, literally love that. So 5G's never been better. No, look, I know like vaccines, it's a meme, whatever. People love to be like, oh, you don't know what they put in them. But I'm like, but I don't know what's in COVID either. And it sucks. And I've had it and it sucked. Anyway, point being, thus far, I have been trying my best, but I will say when I got COVID the first time, I was trying my best. Someone coughed near me in a supermarket, and that was the end of that chapter. So, you know, trying your best does not always get you the outcome you want, but thus far, I'm alive! So I'm happy about that. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I was worried. I was like, I'm going to come back, I'm going to have a really relaxing holiday, have an absolute blast, see a fish with teeth. Scary fish. I got scared by a long fish too, but that's another story, all right? I had to share a house with a conspiracy nut, vaccine denier, thought through COVID, great times. Oh God, that's so annoying. It's genuinely so annoying because it's like when people start shouting about like vaccine shedding or whatever, I'm just like, I can't be bothered. Stop wasting my brain cells with your racket. But yeah, so that's all really good. Also, exciting news for those of you who vaguely care about my tech situation, which is probably none of you, but whatever. I would like to announce that my dear old girl, my Pixel 6 Pro that is 3.5 years old, has officially been retired today. She is out of the game. She has done many, many things for me, but her time is through. I have spent the last year saying I need to get a new phone and not buying one. It overheats when I look at it. Trogdor!
Hope you had a fab break. Happy 2025 and all the chisel.
Thank you so much.
Everything is looking good.
Woohoo!
Okay hand, less than 3.
Yeah, we are. Everything's going reasonably well. You know, as well as you can. 5-year-old PC, 3-year-old phone, hang in there, my love. Pixel 5a. Wait, your phone's 3 years old. It's a 4A. I guess you could just buy it after. But anyway, I bought this when it came out. So it's 3.5 years old, and it's been dying in many... So it wasn't good when I bought it. It's not a terrible phone. But I bought it because it was one of the first phones that had 5G capability. And then when you connect to 5G, it overheated and just killed itself. Like it was like black screen turned off for like 3 days when I first tried to use it. I really like the Pixel phones. They are really good. This one I think has some issues, but it's literally still working 3.5 years later. The issue is it's quite laggy. It overheats like when you sneeze on it. It It's way too big. It's absolutely vast, which I don't like either. It never did the 5G thing I wanted. The good camera is the back-facing one, which I can never use. When I plug it in, half the time it doesn't charge. It needs to be restart. The system UI crashes like every day, and it needs to be restarted by force every day, or it won't work. Yeah, and it's been lagging when I've been recording videos, and it's just her time is done. I could just feel like any minute now she's gonna die fully, and then I'm gonna be cursing myself because I won't have got everything off this phone and onto a new phone. So, I was waffling on for ages about what phone I wanted to buy. I wasn't sure. Basically, what was pissing me off is every single phone is extremely expensive, and I tend to just buy my phones rather than have a monthly contract I have to pay for. The 6, yeah, this is a 6 Pro, so, yeah. I do think I probably would have been able to get everything, but I just knew it would be really annoying. I love the Pixels. I have had Pixels, I think I had the 2 Pro, 2, whatever the best 2 was. I had that for years. That was, to this day, probably one of the best phones I've ever had. It was so fantastic. Then I had the 5, and then I gave the 5 to Fred, and I got the 6 Pro, I think. And now Fred has the 7. Shavant! How are you doing? So I was considering, do I want to get a Pixel 9? Do I want to get one of the fold ones? And everything was at least £1,000, like 1,000 to 1,700, which is wank. Siobhan, hello, I love you. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for joining me today. So I was really annoyed, and I just didn't want to spend that much money, and I just spent money on a holiday, and then I took weeks off streaming, and you know what I mean? It's just a bad plan. Wow. I went on the CEX website, and if you're like, sex, that's not what it means. It is a secondhand computer, so it's the computer exchange, and it's a secondhand tech website and shop. So there are shops all around the country. They're very good. I've always enjoyed them. But I was like, I'm just gonna look and see, because one of the phones I really wanted was the Galaxy 6 Fold, I think it's called. Computer exchange, exactly. So I was like, I want this bloody Fold, but I don't want to spend £1,000 on it. It's out. It's been out a year. Why is it still £1,000 or like 1,100? So I went on there and I was like, hello, do you have one? Right? The reason I didn't go with the OnePlus Nord, which is very good, is the camera isn't as good as I need. The issue I have is that on top of almost anything else, the most important thing is that the cameras slap. So I have been wanting to go Samsung for a long time, because Samsung have great technical cameras, even though some of the Google like software stuff is a little bit nicer. So I went on CEX. Hey, how are you doing?
Good to see
Woohoo,
you again.
Misha.
Less than 3. Hope you enjoyed your time.
I
in
had
Egypt.
such a good time. Yeah, well, I've been watching. The thing is, I almost went iPhone. I've never had an iPhone. I've always been Android, and I really don't want to go iPhone, but I almost did for the camera.
Hi.
Fragus Luty, woohoo! Thank you so
Happy
much
New
for the
Year,
Prime.
Emily. I hope you are good and had a good time off Lemony 35 love.
I did. I feel so good. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I had a terminal itch on my ankle. Bend over! Thank you for the 17 months. That is insane. Is the sound getting lower, or is my phone dying? Someone tell me. What's the situation? Yeah, Windows phones. Those are crazy. Okay, it sounds all good here. Stunning. So anyway, I really wanted to get a fold phone. A flip phone. Not a fold. Why? Because when you have a fold phone, you can do this, and you can take pictures with the back-facing camera, and you can see what you're taking a picture of. So guess what? I got one! Woohoo! I got a flip! Okay, I'm gonna be so OAP right now. This, on a deal right now, is £1,100. Guess how much I paid? Guess how much I paid on CEX? Isn't that cool? cool. All right. You guys are going too low. You're stressing me out. I made £300. Who's buying an £1,100 phone for £300? Died a month before the Pixel 9 came out, so you had to get an 8. That's so annoying. Maybe have you looked at turning it in and buying the 9? Oh, are you on a contract? I don't know. Because sometimes they'll like give you a really good cashback. So I paid £640, and that has saved me £630, and that has saved me a fuck ton of money. You're the closest. Yeah, you get nothing, but congrats. I was close to the tenner, so that saved me a frick ton of money. It's nearly half price. All right, which is fantastic. I love that. And also, I bought it in like A condition. So there are like 3 condition statuses, I think. No, I bought it in B condition. A is mint, in box, all cables, all paperwork, perfect. B is good condition, might be missing, like doesn't have the box, doesn't have some paperwork, might have like some very light cosmetic damage, but like it'll look pretty much as good as new. C is it's working, but it's probably got some scratches or some donks. So the A grade phone was £720, and the B grade phone was £630, I think. And I was like, psh, I'm saving £100. Give me the B. I'm putting it in a case. I'll drop it. Guess what? It showed up today. Pristine. I don't understand in what world this isn't a mint phone. I personally think they sent the wrong phone. The reason I say that is it's the right brand, but the one I bought, because they do it in a bunch of colors, was supposed to be blue. And this one is like silver or green. It's not blue. So I think what they did was they sent me the mint because it came in the box with the cable, with the paperwork, like pristine. And I was like, okay. And the thing is, that's why I have it in a blue case, because I thought I was getting the blue phone, but it's not, but like you can't tell now anyway because the case is blue. So it's usually a chip bezel. Yeah, there's nothing. But like if it had a chip, that would be C. So the B I went for could be like a light something. But anyway, oh my God, probably someone who got the contract, sold the phone instantly for quick cash. Yes, which I'm fine with, because if you want to keep your old phone or you want to buy a different phone, like why not? And that's the thing is I'm annoyed by how much tech waste there is anyway, because like the phone I have isn't even dead. It's just dying. And I really don't want to have to just buy a new thing when there are perfectly good secondhand ones out there anyway. So I saved a bunch of money. I bought something secondhand, which is lit. We love secondhand. And it's so cute. I love it. It'll fit in all my little pockets. Look at that. I thought there was something in there. I was like, do I have money? Look at this. You couldn't even tell. Is your bosom square, my lady? They'll say, and I'll say yes. Yeah. Also, I have a tiny bag that I've been wanting to use, and I actually bought it with me to Egypt and then realized I couldn't use it because my phone wouldn't fit. So anyway, this means that my photos will, not all of them because it depends. Sometimes I'll have to use the inside camera, but a lot of the time now I can basically do this. Hang on. How do I do it? I'm sorry, I only got it today. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. Wait, no. Wait. Granny's lost. If I do that, and then I open that. Mate, musically, we're going somewhere. Wait. Yeah! It's kind of cool, though. Okay, so if I do that, and then I do that. No. Look! So, I can stand right in front of it and use this camera. Isn't that sick? In fact, you can be, I think you'll be my first picture. Chat, say something nice. Say something nice, you can be my first image. Stunning. Boobies! Butts and boobies? Oh, for goodness sake.
Hi,
Sheldon! So yeah, it's really, really cool. It means I think I haven't actually tested if I can record video, but I think I can. So I'm pretty sure I can do video with the front facing. I can do photos with the front facing. And I can also do it when it's totally closed if I want to. So yeah, you can actually have it like this. Wait, what do I do to turn it on? Wait, oh my god, this whole screen is actually... I can see all my stuff! I can see my notifications! It's raining! Double tap power. Yes! And power is this one? Blank! Obligatory, don't look at my tabs. So like... It's fucking sick. I love it. I love it. So I can like see myself and be like, ah, that's a crime against humanity. Is that not a camera in the camera? A camera in the camera? Damn, that's a nice quality picture though. I saw a translate function on that phone. You have it sitting at 90 degrees and it shows one language on one screen. That's so cool. Yeah, anyway, I have been in the same position. I've been trying to buy a new phone for literally a year. I haven't bought one because it's expensive and, you know, my old one wasn't broken, but it was like getting there and I was stressed about it and I really didn't want it to break entirely. So now I have one and I'm really happy with it, which is great. I haven't used all of the features yet. I also don't know much about Samsung, so we're still getting that together, but I will learn. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I will say, when I went to Egypt the first time, I used Google Translate a ton. So the idea that I could like have it sat in front of me and it would translate what I'm saying and also have the text up would be so good. Like, I think that's amazing. But honestly, modern translation just slaps. It's just good. Like, it's not perfect, but it's so helpful. Yeah, so that's kind of the summary. So yeah, new phone, new schedule, i.e. a schedule. What about the previous phone model? What was it? It was a Pixel 6 Pro. Pixel 6 Pro, yeah. So, it's really cool though. I really, really like this thus far. I'll obviously keep you guys updated. But for me, do I think that the fold is important for most people? Not really. Or the flip. This isn't a fold, it's a flip. The folds are the ones that open like a book. I was considering those because they also give you like interesting camera options. The issue being the big gigantic middle screen is kind of moderately useless. So, yeah, so then, yeah, the new one is the Samsung Z Flip 6. And also, it has, like, triple the storage capacity, which is really helpful as well. So, yeah, that's all good. That means that my stuff should look a little bit nicer. All my cameras were getting a bit fucked out on this old phone. It was just not loving life, which is fine. Flo is spotted. Flo is down here. She's snoozing it up right now. But yeah, I was actually really happy just while I was doing my makeup for the stream. I sat down and... my chat's not working. That's interesting. Anyone else not able to re-chat? Anyway, I sat down to do my makeup and I like sat it like that on my desk so I could watch something and not have to have it like propped up precariously. It was fantastic. I don't think it has a memory card slot. I don't think most things do now, but who's to say? Anyway, I'm very happy with it, and it solves a lot of my problems, so huzzah to that. Good job, phone. Hydration. Oh yeah, also, now I have this. You're like, what's that? It is a magnetized selfie stick. So I can stick it on and it can go any way. It's pretty good. So that's quite exciting as well. And it's got a little clicker on it, but I haven't connected it yet. How was the holiday? It was so good. Oh my god, it was so much fun. As I said, I vlogged it. It's not the most perfect vlog. It's not like a Glastonbury vlog where I'm like really on it. And obviously I was in a hotel, so sometimes it's like I went to a buffet. Like, that's not good vlog. But the vlog is going up tomorrow. Yeah, so we're back on weekly YouTube uploads as well. Because I don't think I did one on the 2nd. Yeah, I don't think I did. This was going to go up on the 2nd, but the editor was having migraines and stuff, and I was like, nobody cares. It's fine. Everyone's still hungover on the 2nd anyway. So yeah, Sophie and I had a flipping blast. We had such a good time. We went snorkeling, which is all the pictures you've seen are from snorkeling. So basically, whoever says it, look, I included the buffet once or twice, but we don't need every meal. Like, here's what I got today. I got a fried egg, a piece of toast. Like, it's not that exciting. But I do show a bit of like what I eat. It's just, you know, just a buffet in it. But I will say it was really nice. I had no idea what to expect. I'd never been to that part of Egypt. I just went because it was the cheapest. Weather's good. Swimming, it was cheap. I knew that there wasn't that much going on, but we took a trip into the town. We went and had a meal like in the city. I don't know if it's a city or a town. I think it's a city. It's pretty big. But we like went and had a meal on the seafront. Went to Hurghada. So on the same side as Sharm el Sheikh, on the Red Sea side, but more north. So yeah, north of Sharm. And it's basically primarily touristy stuff, boat trips and things. But yeah, we went boating and we went snorkeling for the first time ever. For Sophie, I'd been before, but Sophie hadn't. Our flipping hotel had coral reef. Like, it was unbelievable. I was swimming around for the first like 4 days. Didn't have the foggiest idea. I thought, oh, there's going to be some fish around. I literally borrowed a snorkel off one of the guys who ran a boat company. And I like stuck my face in the water and I was like, what the fuck? Why am I even going on this boat trip to see coral reef? There's coral reef under my feet. So yeah, it was amazing. The only funny thing about it was that we went with the intention of kind of avoiding Christmas because I went to Egypt because it was affordable. I went to Egypt because it was hot. I went to Egypt because I know I've enjoyed it in the past. And I also went because it's a Muslim country. And I was like, you know, who doesn't do Christmas? Muslims. Guess what? They had decked the place out to the fucking nines. There were nutcrackers. There were Christmas trees. There were big pretend toy trains. There were Christmas lights on every palm tree. And I was like, shit, it's Christmas. And everyone was like, oh my God, are you staying for Christmas? We're so excited. And I was like, I'm a fool. Mate, there were so many poor bastards in the Santa outfits. Yeah, the vlog tomorrow is hilarious. We've got parasailing Santa. We've got camel Santa. We've got Santa on stilts. But yeah, I will say, like the hotel I went to because it had a lot of pools. It had a lot of restaurants. It was so nice. It was lovely. It wasn't like an adults only place, and that was also like a light concern, but they had a whole pool that was like had loads of water slides on it, so that's what all the kids were anyway. Problem solved. So yeah, and there was so many pools and stuff that you didn't even have to, because they had adult only parts, but you didn't even need to go to them. You should go to the place I went to. No, I do know that Jesus is a prophet in Islam. Well, it was funny as well, because you know I said I saw Santa on a camel. I met the guy who was playing Santa on a camel. He was just around he was like, hey, that was me. We were chatting, right? He said, oh, you thought I was Santa? I wasn't Santa. I was Saint Nicholas. Could you not tell by my hat? And I was like, yes. Stunted on by my own culture. I'm not eating a turkey dinner at 30 degrees. I was trying to avoid Christmas. Yeah, and he was like, no, I wasn't Santa. You've embarrassed yourself. And I was like, valid. I do know St. Nicholas was a famous Turkish man, so, you know, he probably looked exactly the part. Anyway, Maybe he had a camel. How many camels are there in Turkey? There must be a couple. But yeah, it did really crack me up. I had a blast. Sophie was a bit worried that like we weren't gonna like get on 100% because obviously, you know, sisters and you're alone, and so chill. We had the chillest time. Like, I watched half of The Nun 2 in Arabic. That was fantastic. Oh no, it was The Nun. I had a great time. You don't really need to know what's going on with that movie. You get the vibe. Yeah, Saint Nick was Turkish. That I did know. I will say, the holiday I went on was so cheap. It was actually cheaper than I thought it was. So with flights, all-inclusive food and drink, it wasn't even one of those ones, you know, when they're like, you can't have certain alcohols. And admittedly, I didn't drink very much because honestly, drinking makes you depressed and I don't need any help getting there. So like, I wasn't drinking every day or anything. And they were like, they did not know what to do with me because primarily my hotel was full of Germans. Other than Germans, it was Russians. Other than Russians, it was English people. What do they all do? Drink extremely heavily. They poured glasses of wine by the tankard. And so I'd be like, yep, one wine. And they'd bring this. And I was like, holy shit. I am gonna get... So I'd have like one drink. And they were like Sophie made friends with a guy in like the adults only bar. I mean, obviously the drinking was for adults, but like some of the bars allow children. But in the adults only bar, it was very chill, very calm, we were playing cards. He would make fun of Sophie because the first time she came in, she was like, oh, could I just get a Sprite? And he was like, lol, you want a Sprite? You're so cringe. And so every single time that she came in, he was like, would you want a Sprite? And she was like, you're a prick. But yes, the drinks were big. I don't know if it's because I assume most of them don't drink. Like, obviously not everyone in Egypt is Muslim and not everyone who's Muslim doesn't drink anyway. You know, like, they're a variety of people. But I don't know if maybe they were just pouring for Russians and English people and they don't care. But yeah, they had really nice cocktails because I was kind of expecting, you know, when you go to a hotel in Greece and they're like, the ouzo is on the house. Everything else costs more. Yeah, there were a bunch, Christianity really popped off in Ethiopia, right? Like it got really, like it spread out a lot from Ethiopia. Like I'm pretty sure Ethiopia still say they have the Grail? Is it the Grail? No, what's the box? There was a box you can sit on it. One of the relics that's not around anymore. The Ark of the Covenant. Ethiopia says they have the Ark. So, like, they're big on it, right? Oh, you'd know about toilets. Yeah. Well, that's what I was wondering, as I was like, oh, well, how are you making cocktails? Because can you taste them anyway? But I don't know. They all came out nice. So, you started it. So, point being, yes, when Fred and I were in Luxor, our tour guide was a Christian man, which was really good. Not for any bigoted reasons, but because it was Ramadan and everyone was fasting and it was 40 degrees. And I was like, if I'm making this older gentleman walk through the Valley of the Kings at 40 degrees, he'll die and I will feel hugely responsible. Anyway, he was Christian, so we all just drank water together and it was fine. The Ark is supposed to be in one of those churches they carved into the ground. Yes. There's a lot of talk about the Ark. I get, as somebody who is non-religious and is an atheist, I will say I do like to learn about religions. And I did go into a bit of the what's the deal with the Ark deep dive. And yeah, so like someone in Ethiopia is saying they've got it underground. There's a few places that are claiming it, but Ethiopia is one of it. But Send Indy, you know, he's getting old. Speakeasies are popular in Muslim countries. Oh, that's so sad. Well, that's the thing about... I can't speak about other Muslim countries. Egypt is the only one I've been to. I'm like racking my brains. Yes, it's the only one I've been to. So, I can't speak for anywhere other than Egypt, and I can't speak for anywhere other than the cities. I mean, Luxor's not that big, but it's still fairly big. But there are bottle shops and bars around. Like, I assume they mostly cater to tourists, but not exclusively by any means. Like, some people drink, you know, and it's not against the law. The only times when the bottle shops and the bars close is during Ramadan, but obviously if it's for tourists, they still keep it open. So, like, you know, obviously some people are going to drink, like, some people are just going to do that. Just because your religion says don't, does not mean that you are going to always follow that. Yeah, different countries have different levels of dryness. Exactly. And I don't think Egypt is particularly dry. I didn't get that impression. I think it's quite interesting because there's a perception of like going to a Muslim country as a single woman and how people will treat you. And I will say, I was wondering how it was going to go as a single woman, you know, because before I felt like, well, I had a great time as a woman, but I was with Fred. And yeah, like I still had a great time. It's a religious choice. Exactly. And I also understand why, like, especially in a country that's not particularly wealthy, but in general, governments are going to want to encourage you not to drink because it's generally damaging for society, right? Like, drinking increases, like, fights, it increases illness and disease, and it's just an expensive thing on the government anyway, which is why we get taxed out the arsehole, because we love to drink, and then our livers explode, you know? So the government are like, right, we're making this expensive.
New phone, who dis?
Same! Same! I got a foldy one! Ah! Jez! Woohoo! Jez, thank you. Deets, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's really stupid. Make other stuff legal. Yeah, I actually did. I know you were just being a tit, but I was quite enjoying myself. But yeah, no, 100%. Like, people like to get fucked up. That's just the facts of the matter. But yes, chat, I've missed you all a lot. I feel really good. I feel really, like, alive, fresh, energized. I know I have... So, for those of you who missed it earlier, hello. There is now a schedule. A lemony sketch, you could say. I will be streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. At least. Some days, sometimes I'll do more. Depending on the vibe. Starting from next Monday. Why? Because I am going away this weekend. So I can't stream on Friday. But that's fine. This is a pre-warning, okay? Pre-warned. It's winter weekend. I'm not vlogging it, don't worry. There's nothing interesting to do. But yeah, so we will be getting on with the schedule on Monday. I will obviously update you weekly if there are any changes that need to be made. This song, not the sex song. I forgot about this one. No, you're not allowed to give me shit for any reason at all, unless I do something genuinely bad. There is to be no criticism. I'll let you know. Okay, once I'm past my birthday, we will talk about the potential for you guys to make fun of me. Right now, I'm on a thin wafer of sanity, and any heavy-footed nonsense could crack my wafer. You don't want that. I have no alcohol yet. Okay, we need to skip sex. Okay, we've had enough of you. Thank you. So I haven't bought any alcohol yet for winter weekend. And I do need to do that. Crack your wafer anytime, mate. Don't worry, I could crack anyone's wafer. Oh my god, though, on the subject of getting cracked, one of the things. So I showed up in Egypt, right? And I said, it's fine. I'm in an all-inclusive. I don't need to spend any money. And then I said, but what if I did spend money? So a man comes up on the beach. Hello. I work at the massage parlor. You're looking to get a massage? And I was like, yeah, I am. And so the same with the boat trip. They were like, do you want to go on a desert island? And I was like, yeah, I do want to go on a desert island, and I'm going to drink something out of not even a coconut, a whole ass watermelon. All right. Oh, don't. Maybe I need a little drink. I can't believe the schedule conflicts with my work. Wait, does it? I mean, can you not listen at work? What should I do? I do plan on doing some weekend streams, especially on Sundays, but I don't want to say I'm going to do it when I can't always. I'm warming myself up. You know, we're priming the engine, so to speak. But what was my point? This man came up and he was like, hey babe, do you want to get a massage? And I was like, yes. And he was like, right, if you buy, you spend a bit of money, you get a good deal. So I did this thing called a Turkish hammam. If you ever get the chance, it changed my life. It was so good. I didn't really know what I signed up for. It just sounded nice. Oh, I actually need that. I need that. I had never done it before. The tits. So, you go in, right? You're put in the sauna. You're given a little drink. You sit, you steam. Stunning. Then you go have a rinse. Then you go in the steam room. You sit, you steam, right? Then you have another rinse. And then you get in a jacuzzi. You lie. You're given a little cold drink. You drink your drink. You bubble. Then you go into a room, and the room has big stone plinths. And you're thinking, that's nice. And you lie on the big stone plinth. And it turns out the big stone plinth is warmed, right? So it's a big warm stone plinth. I understand lizards now more than I've ever understood lizards, right? Yeah, this music's really funky. I'm very Shaq right now. We're sticking with funk. We're just going with what we've got. So then you go and you lie on your hot plinth. And then this woman then they rub you down a bit. I think they oiled me or something. I can't even remember. I think they rub you with some oil. And you're like, this is stunning. And you flip on both sides. And then they get some hot frothy water. And then they cover you in bubbles in such a way that I did not know was possible. It was like big pillowy foam mounds, and it's just pouring off you onto the floor, and you're literally like, holy shit, this is how Romans felt, right? Then, after that happens, they cover you in mud, head to toe, front and back, and then they leave you to bake. My skin has never looked so good. That next day, I was like, whatever was in that mud, my skin looked amazing, right? No, it's so soft. Hang on. Let me see if I can find a picture of someone getting it done. There's no titties available on the screen, are there? No, I checked, there's no titties. So, oh my god, I'm on the green screen. I forgot about this. Hang on, how do I turn it off? Stunning. Do you see how this woman is lying there like she's been shot? You look like roadkill. That is how relaxed you are. And they just bubble you all over, and then they rinse you off, and it's just heaps and heaps, and it just keeps flowing off you. And you're lying there like this, ready to be sacrificed or something. Where the hell's my mouse gone? You're ready to be sacrificed to the devil. You're just, take me now. It was stunning. And then, when you do that, you get rinsed off, and then I had an hour-long massage. Now, the reason I'm telling you this story is not just because to make you all jealous, but if you ever get the chance, do it. Any amount of money, do that, right? But here's the thing. I went for this massage, and the man had come up to Sophie and played the "you look like your back's fucked" card, which it is. And so he said, right, I'm going to get you a medical massage. Well, he clearly thought that I also wanted a medical massage. I don't really care what massage I got. I'm happy with whatever. Well, we had two ladies. They were really nice. They were really good at what they did. But the medical massage involved them getting on you Thai style and stretching you and pummeling you and riding you like a fucking pony. Well, Sophie got the larger lady, and Sophie was ridden straight to Valhalla. She came out and was like, my body, right? They rolled her out. You need that massage? You do. I would fly back just for that. I don't have the budget, but you know. Anyone who's had their first mud mask on their face will know. Imagine, it's so good. Well, the thing is, I've used mud masks. Like, I like skincare. I care about my skin. I'm always playing with my skin because I have acne anyway. So it's like kind of a special interest. I know a lot about skincare. But this random mud mask, I was glowing. But it was so funny because part of our getting a good deal, hi Peachy, part of our getting a good deal was that we also had not a full Turkish hammam, although I was cursing that I didn't do it, but we had another little massage booked for the day that we flew. So we packed our bags, we went and had breakfast, we saw Santa paraglide, and then we went for a massage, right? Well, Sophie got the same woman again, and Sophie was like, I can't do it again. I can't go onto a plane having been twizzled like a Twizzler, having been wrung out like a sponge. So she actually had to just go in and go, just give me a head and neck. I just want a head and neck. I can't do it again. You can't ride me like I'm a horse in Minecraft. But I will say it was so nice. I took the full mounting again and I had a good time. You know, I'm not an easily broken woman. Yeah, an hour was crazy. It was a long massage, but it was like head to toe. It was so good. By the end of it, I was literally like, I'm dead. Legally speaking, I've died. But yeah, so that was really nice. You know when you book like a hotel massage parlor, you're like, I don't know what I'm gonna get. I will say though, everyone was like coming around trying to play their trade. You know, there was a guy who, so all the drinks were free, but there was a guy who ran like a smoothie hut who was like, hey, do you want to get like smoothies at cost? And I was like, I'm fine. I don't need a smoothie. But this one woman came up to me and was like, when did you last have your hair done? And I was like, okay, it's been a really long time. It's been a really long time. But you just cannot trust. Like, it's one thing to trust your spinal health to a random person in a salon in Egypt, but it's another thing to trust your hair. That woman could have fried me, and I could have come back bald like one of those toys in Toy Story. Only stayed in 3 hotels in your life? Hey, I'm just telling you, how much do you think, okay, ignoring all the extra bullshit I did, right? Ignoring the boat trip. That was cheap, by the way. The boat trip was 35 euros. And snorkeling, and 2 desert islands, and a lunch, and everything, right? So cheap. The whole holiday, full, all-inclusive, flights, drinks, everything, was 650 quid a head. You just can't argue. It's literally cheaper to live there than live in my flat. Yeah, well, that's why we flew back the day. Okay, so we kind of fumbled the bag because we thought we were flying back the day before Christmas, but it turns out because they are absolutely full of German people, the German people do Christmas the same time as the Italians, i.e. a day early for us. So they do it on Christmas Eve. So we were there on the 24th and they were like, Merry Christmas. And I was like, oh my God, it's German Christmas. So yeah, we kind of still got a bit of Christmas. I wonder how cheap it is to go now. I wonder if it's like cheaper. I'm going back. Most Europeans it's on the 24th. Well, I kept telling people I was leaving on Christmas Eve, and then they were like, I'm confused. And I was like, oh wait, I'm English. I'm ruining it. Because like I used to do that. I do like double Christmas. So I do Italian Christmas with a big party on Christmas Eve, and then I do Christmas, English Christmas on Christmas Day. But yeah, like so I realized, I was like, oh, I'm a fool. Because I was really confusing these poor Muslim people who were like, yes, we know when Christmas is. And I was like, incorrect. And I was like, no, they do. They do know. Hang on. I wonder, I'm not going back to Egypt. I don't have the budget or the time. Oh, I need to log in. This is the only issue with a new phone. You've got to make you've got to log all into your stuff. Setting this up took a hot minute. I'm not changing phones again for another 2 to 3 years. Ugh. But yeah. Does anyone else have anything they need to update me on? Anything I need to hear about? Any drama? Any news? Because I have been... New phone Peachy. Selfie's about to improve. Look at this. Slay. I want one of those Japanese upright plunge bath things where you wash before you get in it. I want a Japanese toilet. Oh no! Oh no? I want a Japanese toilet. I want it to spray me down, sing me a song, warm my seat. The fact that I'm just sitting here on an unintelligent piece of porcelain. Very disappointing, very sad, not good. Shoulder wants one too? It's just good sense, babe. It's just good sense. Egypt, every toilet has a bidet, and it's great. It's just cleaner, babe. It is. That's depressing. I hope never to get to that stage. I'm sure we all hope never to get to that stage, but I do hope that I never need moral support. I need to find my gloves as well. I'm stressed about this weekend. It's going to be cold as hell. I don't even know where the hell I'm going either. But like, what's the weather like in the south? I'm going down. Where is the south? Brighton. Let's put in Brighton. I'm not going to Brighton, but let's see what the weather is in Brighton this fair weekend, so I can psychologically prepare myself for how cold it's going to be. 6. 6 is good. 5. 6. That's better than 2 and 1. Yeah, it still is getting to 0 at night, which is not great. Thank you, Peachy. Oh my god, we didn't even talk about it. I'm famous on TikTok now. I'm not. But I did have one video just get served like crazy. TikTok does its own thing. It hasn't hit the dizzying heights of the milk video on TikTok. You know, the one where I'm playing Supermarket Simulator and I mispriced the milk and it's 900 men going, milk! Milkers! Right? It's not that. This time, it has been served to like only 500,000 people. Very sad. Yeah, if you ever want to just give up on humanity, do read the comments on that. Well, now I've been served to 540,000 people building my new desk. And primarily they are telling me my bra does not fit. However...
Welcome back.
Thank you so much. However, there are some people also saying I'm fat. And there are some people also saying I'm hot and that if I'm single, they're ready to mingle. So we've got some fist fights. Here's the situation. My bras do fit. If you perceive this bra, do you see how my bosoms are within it? It fits. I wasn't wearing a bra, I was wearing a bralette. I have made a video to discuss this controversy, which has been seen by like 20,000 people or something, all of whom were angry about my bra. Yeah, 23,000 people watched a video of where I explained the concept of a bralette. Yeah. The you are hot people need to get in the back of the queue. So I was like, guys, I was depressed and really sad throughout this whole video. I was just wearing like random bullshit clothes and then I was just moving a desk. But there are fights. Yeah, actually we can enjoy this if you want. Yeah, hang on. Sorry, we're gonna get flashbanged because I have TikTok open now and it's in, can I put it in dark mode? I don't think there's a way of making TikTok Studio be in dark mode. No. TikTok's really not built for the computer anyway. So this is the video. These are the analytics. Also, a lot of people want to buy my chair. So there's that too. It got very popular. And we can enjoy some of the comments. So are you single? What keyboard do you have? Trout? Today's society is pathetic excuse. No more till death do us part. Some unit. Oh, also everyone's hysterical about the cable management. Now, I'm going to tell you the story of this video if you haven't seen it. Click your avatar and then click dark mode. No, I just did. You prawn? There's no dark mode. How dare you? Speaking to me about dark mode as though I didn't know. Anyway, yeah. So here's the thing, right? I took apart the old desk, right? Wait, you're wrong. You're wrong. I took apart the old desk. I unscrewed everything from the bottom of the desk. I took off the legs and I removed it. Then on video, I screw the legs on the new desk and then I stand it up. And everyone goes, well, that's not cable management. The cable managers are on the floor. The things that are managing the cables have been unscrewed. You plebeians, you simpletons, you 1 IQ idiots. What do you mean there's no cable management? Yes, the desk was just taken apart. Is there something wrong with you? Anyway, make an OF. Yeah, no, that type of desk would IKEA desk with shelves and drawers. I'm sorry about the breakup. Thank you. I love this wood style. Love that. 100% worth a follow. Thank you, Relentless, if you're here. Hi. I should have really made a TikTok to say I'm live today, but whatever. Next week, I'll start doing that. My PC is massive. I look gorgeous. It's not a breakup, it's a divorce. Thank you for explaining that to me, you absolute idiot, but I'm not divorced yet. Am I? Oh, we just split up. You can't just... That's a process, isn't it? You dongus malongus. Like, oh, we're separated. What? People are stupid. Like, you don't have to explain the concept of being married to me. Proud of you for taking the step. Love the new desk. Top tier desk choice. Imagine fumbling a beauty. Wouldn't be me. What camera do you use for streaming? I can't remember. This guy wants a big desk. Someone likes my jeans. This mitts a tassive. This desk is so pretty. The desk is gorgeous. This person wants me to explain how I did the stream audio. No. Get a grip. But like, just 2 units emptying a room. And I see the whole family's healthy. That's a wig. I think it's too narrow. Look at her profile, y'all. Yes, I have one. He's sad for me. Massive. Almost as big as the old one. Were you the ones who dressed as dwarves? What does that even mean? Come to Sweden. We date. We play. We stream. And my DMs on Instagram are full of men with pictures of their camera like directly up their nose going, I'd like to get to know you. So that's exciting for me. Jesus. Ding, ding, ding. I'm available. This is like the microcosm of it, is people being like absolutely horrified. And then also people being like, looks top heavy. Looking for a new husband. Big gaming desk gone. No one's getting it in the comments. Plot twist. Bigger is apparently not better. Are we all worried about Perry's self-esteem here? Perry, we're not talking about your dick. It's going to be okay. 100% cleavage streamer to get them viewers. I love, right, that all I'm doing is wearing normal clothes and moving a desk. And they're like, you've got your titties out. Like, no. But at least there are comments. And that is the delight. So you know what? That's really good. I went on holiday with like 700 followers on TikTok because my husband and I streamed together. Girl. My husband and I streamed together for 10 years on Twitch. Sweet Jesus. This is literally one of the many reasons I hate TikTok. If you open your own profile, it just starts playing videos at you. Like, I know I made them. I know. Anyway. Yeah, it was. TikTok shit. Anyway, Point being, I went on holiday and I had like 700 followers. And now I have 3,657. Which means that I can live stream on TikTok, which is nice. Unfortunately, I still need to get 10,000 to like get a lot of features, but 700 to 3,600, that's good. And I've been posting videos and some of them have been doing quite well. So that's nice. We've got Florence. We've got more updating of things. We've got all kinds of shenanigans. So that's great. Love that. Brilliant news. So anyway, that's productive. And I will say, in an interesting turn of events, and in a thing I have never seen happen before, I've been getting followers everywhere else. So like, when I got that video that was really popular on YouTube, I didn't even notice, right? It didn't bump any analytics anywhere. I just made like £100, like, which is nice. But that's all that happened. Now, when she was 23, hang on. Now, that's kind of crazy because with TikTok, I've gained a bunch of followers on TikTok, but I've also gained followers on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter. People are following me again on Twitter. When I post on Twitter, no one follows me. When I don't post, followers.
35 party lemony 35 party lemony 35 party lemony 35 party lemony 35 derp 1 lemony 35 derp 1 lemony 35 derp 1.
Stunning! It is Wednesday, my dudes. Tier 2, 6 months in advance. Thank you so much, Wiggly. I appreciate you a ton. Yeah, so, I mean, that's fine. Like, whatever. I don't care. But I did think it was really interesting because people are usually like, TikTok's not worth it anymore. But I will say it has bumped every one popular video has bumped everything else.
Live lemony 35 hype, sorry I.
Woohoo! Sorry you. But yeah, this is just like the catch-up stream. It's just a little like chat about everything so that we can go into next week healthy, wealthy, and wise, you know? Oh, it's okay. Don't worry, Lemons. I was trying to post that I was live. Everything's broken, you know. But yeah, if you have missed me and stuff, there is a new Haggadah vlog going live tomorrow. So that is poggers. I am looking forward to that. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to like chat about stuff and just get everything like clear, square, so that we can like enjoy ourselves going forward, you know? Yonder time period. Especially because everything is cold and dark and insane and snowy and wet and grim. And apparently -6 in the north. You know, we need to huddle together for warmth. You know? We need to snuggle on in. But yeah, I had a really nice time. I had a really fun time on New Year. I actually really enjoyed myself. I wasn't expecting to enjoy myself. I kind of thought I might. PG!
Lemony 35 kiss.
Let's go, Hype Train! Thank you so much! Peachy with 28 months! Woohoo! I don't know what the hell Fahrenheit's at. What's 13 to 15 Fahrenheit? That's cold. That's negatives, I think. Straight in with a level 3 Hype Train. If anyone has a sub to share, go do it now. Go crazy. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're your own person. I will say as well, I got eyes IKEA because I could get lost in them for hours. Fucking cold is what it is. It sounds fucking cold. Yeah, you guys are getting some blast, right? Some cold wind blast nonsense, I believe. But yeah, I hope everyone had a really fun Christmas. I had Chinese takeaway and that was nice. And I spent most of it in the hospital, but I wasn't the one who was ill, so it's okay, and neither was Sophie. It was just a friend, and now she's fine. She was really ill at the time, though. It was very sad and not fun. And she had bags all over the shop. She was decorated like a Christmas tree, but they weren't baubles, they were bags. -3, currently -4. Lame. Arctic vortex. Ugh. And it's a bit more than some cold winds. You can't be a northerner complaining about Arctic vortex when you're in Texas, all right? That's not fair. The Texans don't know about what the hell you're doing. I have a story that can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. Someone I've known has always disliked me, unfollowed me on everything today, so I can just pretend I don't know they hate me for no specific reason. I love that. I love that. I literally am like, it's cool. You don't have to like me. Just leave me alone. You know? Yeah, I bet you are. No, but what I meant is you can't complain that the Texans don't know how to deal with the weather, you know? You're like, it's summer up north. Bad news could be we have a mutual friend and we're both close to. I hope they don't turn. Honestly, it's good news. It's literally good news. Just if they start chatting shit about you, take the high ground. I don't know what they're talking about. Nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Like, I've had it. People talking shit about me. I'm like, I don't care. If your opinion on me is so easily swayed, then I guess we're not good friends anyway. Because you know who I am. Like, not everyone has to like you. It's genuinely something that pisses me off in adulthood. Like, because it was really important to be liked by everybody when you're a teenager. It mattered. I'm old now. Who the fuck cares? If you don't like me, okay, just don't. You know? It's so annoying when people are like, well, I don't like this person, so I'm going to make it like part of my personality. Like, just get a grip. Go find someone you do like. You know? It's like sometimes I'll run into people that I don't get on with and I don't vibe with. It doesn't mean I hate them. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. Just sometimes you're like, I'm just not... My WebSocket's fucked itself. Yeah. Like, yeah, let's just... I've always been of the opinion that, like, if we don't get on, that's totally fine. We can just vibe separately. Like, even if we've got shared friends and we're sometimes going to be in the same space, we can just be in the same space quietly, you know? But anyway, yes. Oh, yesterday I saw Nosferatu and I loved it. Loved it. It is literally Dracula. Like, I know everyone said it's Dracula, but it is literally Dracula. Like, I thought some of it would be different, but it wasn't. But I loved it. Yeah, I tried to go on the second, and then I didn't go because Sophia put her back out from throwing it back at New Year's. Sophie threw her back out, throwing ass while holding onto a Swiffer. You can imagine. Okay. Actually, I also threw out my back, possibly from throwing ass too. I'm not really sure. I never get a bad back, and I was walking like a little zombie. Yeah, Soph was hitting it. Well, Soph was like, one of our friends was like, oh, I can't get down like I used to with my knees. And Soph was like, you just need to hold the Swiffer. It's amazing. And so they were just dropping it like it was hot. It was a state. It was very fun, though. Chat, the hype train is about to end. Thank you so much, especially for Peachy, for that tier 3 sub. You are a queen. Thunders! Thank you so much. Thank you for the tier 1 and the 5 months. Happy New Year! Yeah, we're going to try and make 2025 more pleasant. That's the vision. 2024 was the worst. Like, I spent the first 6 months ill and then the second 6 months heartbroken. So now, we're going to have a better one. That's where we're going. But yeah, I'm trying to, like, be, like, optimistic. I want to really put some, like, good energy out there. I don't mean that in, like, a spiritual, you know, manifestation way. I just mean, like, I really want to try and create spaces that I'm allowed to be, like, positive in. I feel like a lot of the time online, we spend a lot of time, like, complaining, and there are absolutely things to complain about, and, like, I'm not saying that that's always a bad thing, but sometimes I just find that we get sucked into these, like, really negative loops, and people always say the best content, like, the content you should create is the content you would like to enjoy, and I am finding myself, because life is difficult right now, really trying to reach for lighthearted content. And I don't mean lighthearted in a way where we completely ignore every single thing that's happening in the world and, like, delude ourselves. You know, I don't mean the, like, no politics in the chat kind. I just mean, like, we get to actually, I want to have fun, right? Like, life has been difficult, and I feel most alive, most happy, most content when I actually get to enjoy myself. And so I'm going to try. You can't enjoy yourself every moment of every day. I get that. But I am lucky enough to have a job in a world that allows me to be creative, that allows me to express my personality. And the bad thing about that is that I have to get feedback from people who hate me. And the other bad thing about that is that sometimes you don't feel that fun. but I want to try and feel it more. So I'm gonna try and just lean in and be silly and have a good time. So that is currently like where I'm at. Sophie's encouraged me to make a vision board for 2025 so that we know like what we want to do. But as I said, Sophie and I have an announcement. We've got some other stuff that's going on. I think it is going to be paying. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We've got a schedule. I've got 2 really, really good editors, which are making a world of difference. So I've got an amazing editor for my shorts, and I've got an amazing editor for my videos, which I'm really happy with. So it means that I can actually produce content like regularly. So that's sick. It's like a notepad file with indecipherable notes. I love that. Yeah, I've been doing a bit of like journaling, which is like when I become hysterical, I write down a bunch of things, and that's been helpful. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of like, I'm going to try and create what I'm looking for and hope that that resonates with other people. If it doesn't, it is what it is, you know? But I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping that, you know, we can build up audiences on different platforms and that we can just have a good time. And I'm trying to take some pressure off myself to like perform everything perfectly. But yeah, I'm really enthusiastic towards everything. I don't want to do any like announcements. Right now, there are still going to be a video every week on YouTube. That may step down to 1 every 2 weeks when something else starts happening, but I haven't decided. I should be able to do both, but we'll see, you know, because I am the queen of overworking myself and then burning out. So, you know, yeah, I want to be a menace, 100%. Like when I watched Nosferatu, if you guys see it, Willem Dafoe's character just reminded me that whatever you're doing and however ridiculous you are, you can always do it more and bigger. And like, I personally find like, as a woman with a platform, I'm already unpalatable to a lot of people. So like, just continue, just do whatever. Like, life is silly. No one tells you what to do. There are no rules. So just do it, you know? And don't worry about it so much. Just do things and try it. And if you don't like it, like, honest to God, you're a woman. The horror! No, truly. But like, the feedback you get as a woman is unhinged. The way that people interact with you is crazed, right? So, you know, like, the idea is like every single thing you do, you're doing it like with a deliberate malice in your heart, you know? I love this community because I see a lot of myself in you. I feel quite alike. Yeah, that's nice. But that's the thing, you can't make everyone like you or get you or agree with you. You just gotta do your best. And so that's kind of the vision, is I'm just gonna do my best. I'm just gonna put one foot in front of the other. And I think we're gonna get somewhere. I don't know where the fuck we'll get, but we'll get somewhere. If I'm in exactly the same place, but I'm slightly happier, you can't ask for more than that, you know? Oh my God, when I was turning on my new phone, it came up, you know, when it's like, welcome, but I wasn't looking. And so then it started cycling through all the languages that it has built in. And so it was just going and going and going. I had to wait like 5 minutes for it to cycle through all the language until it got back to English. And I was like, strike now, before I miss welcome, because otherwise I'm going to have my whole phone in like Korean, you know? Yeah. No, my resolutions are like, I don't have any resolutions. I don't know if anyone here has resolutions or anything they want to share that they're intending for the year. I don't have any resolutions. I like the concept of New Year, but I don't really like believe in our New Year. It's not like connected to anything. It's just a day, you know, where I quite like the idea of like a lunar New Year, you know, where it's like, it's still completely arbitrary, of course, but like it feels more like there is some mechanism that has said, yes, there is a new year. Whereas like with this, it just feels like we've gone, yep, that's a new year. But the cold, oh no. So I guess I have to go get some beers and go home. Oh, that's sad. Be a bigger bitch? Fuck yeah. I love that. Read more books? Yeah, I have a Kobo, which is a bit like a Kindle, but it's not tied to Amazon, and it slaps. I don't know if I showed you guys. Drinking less soda. That's great. I love that. No New Year, no resolutions beyond maintaining the weight loss, being nearly homeless, kindly gifted to me. Oh, that sucks. 5 stone is a crazy amount though. That's very impressive. And you know what? If you can take, assuming that you had 5 stone to lose, if you can take the good from the bad, good for you. 27 inches of me. Ow! To be honest, I'm not going to be live too much longer anyway, because I just wanted to talk and catch up, and it's 9:30 now. I can stream till 10. I can stream as long as I want. I just don't want to bore us, you know? I've been depressed and overeating for a couple of years, putting it on, dropped 2 stone in 5 weeks. Yeah, that's stressful and shit, and I want you to make sure you're giving yourself space to feel that, and I hope you're in a more safe position now, like, but 55 inches. But I don't want, like, you know, if you can take the good from the bad, that's good. But yeah, focus on yourself, look after yourself, understand that, like, stress stays with you for a while. I'm not saying, like, you're forever changed or anything, that's not what I mean, but it does sit with you for a while, so make sure that you're, like, letting yourself feel your way through it, you know? I love you, Deeps. I'm gonna see you next week for the start of the proper year of streams. Good vibes. But yeah, I will say as well, not telling anyone to do anything, but from my experience, I have been on antidepressants recently, and in combination with the therapy, especially that I did previously, they have been super effective for me, because the therapy really helped me get to the bottom of why I felt certain ways, and now the antidepressants have just been stopping my mood falling so low, and it's been a very significant difference. So if you've been considering it, I will say the first 2 weeks were not my finest weeks, but I wouldn't change it at all now, 100%. So yeah, but yeah, I'm glad you're doing better, and it's never a bad thing to check in with your doctor and see if there's something else that might suit you better. Sometimes we're on, like, old ass medication for a long time and you don't check in. Point being, I'm very proud of you. I'm glad that you're in a better situation now. Yeah, no, I also haven't experienced coming off them yet. The doctors were like, oh, we'll consider taking you off them in the new year, and I'm like, no. Don't do that. Don't take me off. Leave me on. Yeah, that's really helpful as well. So yeah, like, but I've also been really strict with, do you remember an app I talked to you guys about ages ago called Finch? Which is like, you get a little bird and then you have to, like, look after the bird. And by looking after the bird, you're like, drink water, ding. Brush your teeth, ding. You can do whatever. You can be like, write 3 pages of my novel, or train for a marathon, or remember to eat breakfast. Like, you can put whatever you want on it, and it has been so good. I love it. I am on a streak of, I don't fucking know how long, 300. I know, not 300, that's a complete lie. I am on I think it's like 134 days. Yeah, I'm on a 134 day streak, and it is so helpful. I check in with it every day. It kicks ass. Haven't looked after the bird and I'm scared it's dead, and they don't die. It'll just be like, hey, welcome back. There's no bad thing that can happen to the bird. The bird doesn't care. Like, you just send the bird out on little trips every day. My bird is currently in Bhutan, and I'm learning about Bhutan. So it goes out, it goes on a little journey, and then it comes back with a little story or fact for me, and I go, wow. I give a reaction, and then my bird goes, yay, and goes back to his little room. So, like, hang on, where's my bird room? Hang on. Here's my bird in its little bird house. She's just vibing. and I can talk with her about what she's done in her day. And you change her little outfits. There's no microtransactions. The more stuff you do, the more like little crystals you get to spend. Yeah, it slaps. I love it. No regrets. So that has made a big difference for me. So I've been doing things like keeping track of certain things, like just general looking after yourself things, but also like making sure I'm taking stretch breaks, making sure I'm drinking water, making sure that I'm this week I'm trying to focus on doing a bit of reading before bed, you know? But yeah, I have it. I can give you my friend code if you want, but I like it. Or you guys can find each other on Discord. Oh my god. You've been playing Cookie Clicker for like 3 years. Ooh, what's Amplify? Amplify? I've never even heard of that one, but I don't know much about it. Hey, Nick. I haven't tried Balatro. It's pretty much poker, right? It's just poker, but a video game, which I don't have a problem with. I think that sounds quite fun. But I haven't tried it, but I've actually been thinking I should buy it. It's poker with a lot more cards. That does sound fun. Hang on. Ooh, I need to repeat an affirmation 3 times. Chat, would you like to repeat your affirmation with me? My bird will give me some points if I do it, if I affirm myself. Hang on, how do I show you? Come on, baby. Yes! Thank you so much for the Prime, Davaros. I appreciate you a ton. So we are supposed to repeat. I trust myself to make the right decisions 3 times. I trust myself to make the right decisions. I trust myself to make the right decisions. I trust myself to make the right decisions. Brilliant. We're all going to make the right decisions. But... yeah, but that's why you've got to do it. I've been doing... So, as well, in this app, they have a thing where you can do, like, pathways. Oh, it's My Journeys is what it's called. And so you can click to start a journey. And it's like, improve my focus, boost my energy, manage anxiety, build my confidence, cultivate work-life harmony, feel calm and mindful, so fresh and so clean, which is probably like, you know, nourishing my body, tidy space, tidy mind, connect with my community. They're all like pre-made little missions. And I have been doing the build confidence one for the last 114 days. And it's actually been very helpful. So these things all together are kind of creating a balance where I'm actually being able to like function and like feel more comfortable and like happy with myself, you know? Oh yeah, tapping. The tapping's really cool. It's actually super relaxing. Yeah. It's so cute. You just dress up your bird every day. It's just good. I love it. Gonna lose my mind if that would be a disaster. But yeah, I have a little non-Kindle book reading device. Those of you who've been here a long time will know that I think I lost my Kindle in Portugal. And by Portugal, I mean Tenerife. Emily, I need to tell you something. It's Hey Megan, how you doing? Yeah, no, I've heard of that tapping. I've done it like once or twice just for relaxation, and it was really relaxing. But yeah, I've been very much like on the strategy of what other people think about you does not matter, and also a tiny bit of progress is still progress. It's your 45-month anniversary of following my channel in 2 days. Hell yeah, well, it was Twitch London back then, but it's me now. Yeah, I think I think it's really good. I think so when I say tapping, right, it's a thing where like you say something and then you like tap on like certain points of yourself. Like you'll be like, I don't know, like I'm in control of my life, right? And you tap and then you go to like somewhere else and you do. I'm not explaining it very well, but it's really relaxing and it's supposed to help you like build like a mind body connection with what you're saying, which is kind of interesting. But like, I don't know personally about like bad energy and energy points. Like, there's not much to back that up, but I will say that like, much like aromatherapy can work, where like, if you smell something, you associate it with something. So like, some people use certain smells to like trigger like relaxing feelings, you know? Yeah, we did play Marvels together. But however it works, I will say it was very relaxing and nice. And honestly, anything that gets you doing stuff that's good for you is great. And what is good for you is is up to you, you know? But that's kind of the thing, is I think I've been allowing myself to just accept that you can only do what you can do. I've always been somebody who's like, just do more. But I'm like, you can only do what you can do. You just have to try your best. And hopefully you will make progress, you know? If you chew a flavored chewing gum during an exam, you'll associate it with the subject. Yeah, I've heard that. And that's the thing, like, our senses are very much like connected with how we feel and things like that. So it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I've never tried it, but it does make sense. Even if it's just like a way of getting you like in that mind frame, you know what I mean? In the headspace of being like, right, we're working. Apparently chewing is good for studying anyway, because it like helps with you breathing or something. I can't remember. When I was a kid, they used to sometimes give me sour gummies when I was doing dyslexia homework. So, you know, but I don't like sweets, so it never was really that important to me. Yeah, that's the thing, is it's all about like those little bits of progress. Like, if you don't usually walk somewhere and then you start walking somewhere, that's progress, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had a sour gummy in ages. Sour gummies are the only sweets I like, other than like half of a strawberries and cream Chupa Chup or something. Like sour, like those sour apple straps, those bang. But I don't really like any other sweets. I find sweets really grim, even as a child. Sherbet. Sherbet's good as well, but that's also like sour and tingly. Like sherbet, those little planet things, and what are they? UFOs. You know, when you rip them open, they're just full of sherbet. Those are pretty good. I don't like Skittles. I don't like sour Skittles. Anything tutti fruity makes me vomit. Yeah, flying saucers. Those are good. Sherbet Dib Dab, also good. I was blue when I was born. Yeah, that's not great. So you were just fully grown and blue. Sour gummy plus San Pellegrino lemon drink will turn your entire face into a cleansed sphincter. It's so good. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to do that. I have no idea how many subs I currently have, but maybe we'll set like a sub goal in the next couple of weeks, and we can try San Pellegrino and sour sweets at the same time. There's actually some sour sweets I've been meaning to buy that Jetstorm linked me literally 1,000 years ago, and I never bought them. Yeah. Do I buy these so that we can do them for a challenge at some point? Because I think these could kill me. But what do you think? Black Death ultra sour exclusive sweets, and they're like black, and apparently they'll, yeah. How bad do you think they'll be? But I kind of thought they might be a funny thing to buy at some point and try. You want a little? I like those. No, yeah, the Christmas shit's already gone. They got rid of that fast. Yeah, but I might get some. That sounds like a good thing to do after people have given you money. Well, I want to do some streams and get some things, you know. But I know that people like to watch me torture myself. So, yeah. That could be fun. They're not actually super sour, but I love them. Then they're useless to me. Japanese Screaming Intense Super Sour Lemon Flavored Jewel Layered Soft Candy Challenge. Challenge? I don't like soft candy very much, though. People are saying they're not sour. I want a Christmas pudding and I didn't buy one, and now I regret. I have deep, deep regret. But it kept saying it was going to snow, so I kept not going outside, and now here I am. Oh, I fucking love Christmas pudding. Ooh, on my way with 2. Fuck off the dinner I've got. We'll just have... I'll go across the road. I'll get some cream. A brain liquor? What the hell is a brain liquor? They have brandy in them. Fuck, that's so good. God damn it, I didn't buy enough Christmas crap. But you know what? It is what it is. Sour candy juice. The juice of a candy? How are you gonna milk an oat? How are you gonna milk a candy? But yeah, I might buy some of those so we can do some torment in the coming weeks. It's nice to have a fun distraction. Ugh. Some of the shit they've got on this website looks sketchy as hell. Hang on. What is a zombie bomb? Black Death Pip? Sour scale bag? Freeze-dried Black Death balls? What's going on? It was your birthday on the 23rd of December? Hey, happy birthday! What's a zombie bomb? Hot and sour fruit flavored sweets. They're spicy? Red Death? Bubonic berry? I don't want bubos. Super sour raspberry flavor with a sour acid center. Druid boom! Woo! Let's go! I think the Black Death ones are going to be the strongest, right? Yellow fever? That's not a good name for a sweet. Watermelancholy. Oh, I get it. It's watermelon. Yeah, I think I'll just go for the traditional Black Death. Although we could go for the freeze-dried. I've still never had a freeze-dried sweet. Or maybe I could torment Sophie with this. If you would like to pick them up from our sweet shop. Okay? Don't make me look like this. 7 sour sweets and rated them in order. So, this has, I think, got all of them. So it goes from zombie bombs up to Black Death. Warning, not for the faint-hearted. I'm worried that if I do all of these, my teeth will dissolve. Because that is the bad thing about sour stuff, is that it does dissolve your enamel. Which, like, you know, I'll accept to a point. But like, yeah, I think I'll buy some of those and I'll do some torment. Maybe I can torment Sophie too, who's to say. But yeah, chat. I don't know if we have anything else to discuss. The new vlog is out tomorrow. The streams are going to be kicking up from Monday, and I'm going to be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then more as in when I feel like it. I'm pre-announcing an announcement. I got a flip phone. What else happened? I don't think anything else of any interest happened. Well, probably. I'll have stories for you over a course of time. But I have to go to therapy tomorrow morning, so I need to be sensible. But I just wanted to make sure that we, like, reconvened. We talked about stuff. And I think I'm going to scuttle, and then we can see each other. I will post some Instagram stories from Winter Weekend, even if it's just me cursing how cold it is. Because it will be really cold. And I am going to hit the January sales and try and find the biggest, fluffiest jumper that I can. Because I'm scared. But it has been so nice catching up with you all. If you have game recommendations to things you'd like to see me check out, do let me know. You can tag me on Discord or anywhere else. Because obviously I want some fun games to check out and stuff for us to play. And other than that, I think we're done. So yeah, thank you everyone for catching up with me today. It has been really nice, and thank you to this funk playlist for bringing me all the funk that I've needed. And yeah, follow if you're new. Follow on all the platforms. Content going up everywhere. Not armor. I'm not fighting with that nonsense again. New games, you see? New, not old, dusty games. Anyway. Also, I can't drive in games. These are just facts. You know I can't. You've seen me crash. I'm going to pick a nice song for us to go out on. We're going to hope that this is enjoyable. Oh, yeah, that's good. And we're going to say, farewell. I'll see you all on Monday. Check the Instagram story. Goodbye.